Boy, do we have a fun one today. So Modern Warfare 2, Activision Call of Duty, this just gets worse, man. They released their map, right? And the roadmap to Season 5. And along with new guns and, maps and old maps made new and, a whole bunch of things that you can spend your money on, they have 50 years of hip-hop history. They have somewhat of a dedication to that, which is fine, okay, on the surface. But when I saw the rappers they used to commemorate 50 years of hip-hop, I instantly thought about the NickMercs controversy, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Let me make this perfectly clear. I am not one to sit here and dig up old tweets, old posts, and use that against people. I could seriously care less. I think you have the right to say whatever you want to say. And that's how I feel 100%. But the hypocrisy, man, the double standards that these people have makes me sick. So this is solely directed at Activision and the way they portray themselves, right? As super woke and, we're accepting of everybody. And if you say anything that crosses that line or a perceived line, then you're going to be pulled from the store. So obviously, as well as I do, NickMercs got pulled for literally saying leave kids alone when talking about the trans debate. Well, Nicki Minaj, Snoop Dogg, 21 Savage, they all have an internet footprint. So let's compare that to what NickMercs said, and maybe Activision is pretty consistent in what they say and do. Let's find out. First of all, let's talk about Snoop Dogg, right? I mean, super loved guy, and this stuff, again, is old, but you can find any of this stuff. And if you want to point out things that don't fall in line with your values, I would think this would be more of that as opposed to saying leave kids alone. Shout out to Akon. He is about to supply 600 million Africans with solar power. I'm really upset that this isn't major news, but that science project Bruce Jenner is #society. How about this one right here? Whose aunt uncle is this? I mean, I can't even really talk about this when he shows pictures of two dudes. And, anyways, you could look it up, of course. But the point is, does this stand in line with their values? Now, I don't know if this is how Snoop feels today. I have no idea. This was years ago. But again, it's out there, right? And if you're going to look at people from 10 years ago or more and what they've said, then you have to be really consistent with that. You see where the line is? Let me show you something interesting here. I do not listen to Nicki Minaj. This is not my forte, okay? But I found this music video. Now, from what I read, she said, I had no clue, but I take responsibility for this, but I had no clue what the imagery was. Okay. Well, it's clear that she's portraying a dictator in Nazi Germany. Like, you see the rows of people right there? It's like one of it's like one of the amphitheaters that they did in Nazi Germany, the Reichsparktag or something like that. Anyways, that's literally what it looks like, except it's, her on top of that building instead of a swastika. But surely 21 Savage is clean as a whistle and falls in line with what Activision says they believe. Well, hold on. 21 Savage had just released his I Am, I Was album on a song called ASMR. He rapped this line, "We've been getting that Jewish money, everything is kosher." Maybe you can talk about Jews and you still fall in line with Activision. Maybe there is a line there that, they'll let you kind of cross. And then there's these lyrics here from his album ISSA, which must be completely fine with how Activision feels. That's what I'm saying. Like this whole thing, like if you are going to be so woke and pretend you are so squeaky clean, we're talking about Activision now. We're talking about Activision. This company swears they're squeaky clean and guys, we're super woke. I promise you, whatever the crazies say on the far, far left, we agree with. And anybody that doesn't agree with that or believe that, we're going to pull them from the store. But it's easy to do that when you're talking about a white dude that streams Call of Duty. That's what I'm talking about, man. It's so hypocritical, and the double standard is honestly sickening, man. My opinion, stop playing the game, dude. You know, uninstall it. I uninstalled it. What's it been, a month or two now? Haven't played it. I found other games, Hell Let Loose and others, that are just more fun and way less aggravating. Well, Hell Let Loose can be kind of aggravating because you get killed so quickly, but it is still fun. And so that's I cannot support a company that continues to go down this rabbit hole of pretending to be so squeaky clean with lawsuits against them and everything, and the double standards. It just drives me nuts, man. So that's where I stand with it. I'd love to hear your opinion on these things, dude. Again, I don't care what these people say. I really don't care. And I hate it when people pull up this old stuff. But again, I just want to point out the hypocrisy here. Let me know what you think, man. Big thanks to you guys. See you in the next one. And as always, hold them down.